Hi everybody, this is Oxangelone, and today I wanted to talk about legendaries and why it's a broken system. So how legendaries work is that every time you do content such as like Mythic Plus dungeons, Heroic dungeons, raids, you have a chance of getting a legendary. And the longer you go without getting one, the higher chance of getting a legendary, so it's like a bad luck protection. So the biggest problem that I have with legendaries, actually let me give you an example. Fat Boss did a video of how they were leveling 5 characters of the same class and spec, and whichever those characters got the best legendary, that will be their new main. That just shows you how broken this system is, because these legendaries have a huge impact on DPS, and at the end of the day, you know, the top guilds, any guild, they're looking for DPS, right? These utility items are nice, but once you learn to master the mechanics, then they become, you know, their value decreases dramatically. And let's say if you take 2 players of a similar skill set, but one player has a best in slot legendaries, and the other one has like a utility legendary. In this case, let's say the heal, right? You're going to see a huge discrepancy in DPS, and you could actually potentially lose your spot because of because the other player just has better legendaries. All luck out of your control. You can't choose which legendaries you want, and you have no idea when you're going to get it. Now the problem that I'm having, personally problem, as playing with the Subtlety Rogue, is that the boots are best in slot, and they're required for the spec to do optimum DPS or to match the upper tier DPS. So right now I feel like semi-perfect Cell from Dragon Ball Z. I'm trying to absorb Android 18, right? 18, yeah, for the boots, so I can become perfect Cell, but no control whatsoever, and that's very frustrating as a player. And right now, when you get to a certain eye level, I'm at 880 eye level, content becomes outdated, and just thinking like, oh, I should run all this mundane, repetitive content just for a chance of getting a legendary so I can raid Mythic. Like I said, extremely frustrating. And I have actually 4 legendaries now right now. I have the wrists, which are okay. I have the waist. It's pretty decent. And then I have the utility neck and the CC ring. So I would trade at least 3 of my legendaries just to get the boots. And also a problem with the why the boots are also required for the spec is because Subtlety Rogues need haste in order to push in a lot of finishers. So many sub rogues are using vigor just for the smooth rotation. It smooths out the spec, but the problem is that you're not doing damage, and that's why people don't take the rogues generally don't take vigor, or not supposed to take vigor. And this is kind of the same for other classes as well. I think Arms Warrior needs the gloves in order to do DPS. I think Demon Hunter with the ring. So it's a very extremely frustrating situation. I feel like I'm in no man's land because I'm past all like the heroic content, but I can't really do mythic. I can do mythic guilds, but it just feels like I'm handicapping myself because I'm not in my full potential and it's out of my control. So I'm kind of burnt. I'm actually burnt out because I don't have the legendaries, and it sucks. I mean, if you look at, I was actually watching a video. If you search not Demonology Warlock, people are asking like, "Whoa, how's this druid doing so much damage?" Or what his response was, he has the 2 best in slot legendaries. So many guilds are actually poaching players that have the best legendaries. They're poaching, right, from other guilds, right? And let's say if they trial 3 rogues, similar skill set, the one with the best legendaries is going to get the spot. So, like I said, a really frustrating system Blizzard implemented, and I think it's a broken system that needs to be fixed. So, Another analogy here is for let's say for the subtlety sub rogues out there, if you level the fresh 100 rogue to 110 and your first cache you got the legendary boots, what's your new main? Who's going to be your new main? I know which, right? If I leveled a new rogue and I got the legendary boots, let's say in the first week, that's going to be my new main. That just shows you how broken it is. All that time investment I put in this character, optimizing it, using Simulation Craft, mastering my rotation, doing Suramar, running Mythic Plus dungeons, I would trade all that just for these legendary boots. That just shows you how broken the system is. In conclusion, I'd just like to, actually I would like to ask to all other players, for subtlety rogue players, if you leveled a new 110 rogue, would you, and got the legendary boots, would you switch your main? And to everyone else, what does everyone think about the legendary system, RNG system they have in place? Are you frustrated? Are you getting burned out like I am, just not getting the right legendaries? It's funny. I might just level a bunch of alts and which lineage, and just do like the weekly quests and which the BIS legendaries that I get. It could be my new main, right? So, like I said, it's a very frustrating moment right now, and just I'm losing the motivation just to log in, right? Just feel handicapped. So, what does everyone think about the legendary system? So, I'm gonna leave it at that, and hope everybody enjoys the weekend. I'll see everybody later.